let's go over your homework 2C. Start with number 1. A device at Sandia Laboratories in Albuquerque, New Mexico uses highly compressed air to accelerate small metal disks to supersonic speeds. Suppose the disk, which is initially at rest, undergoes a uniform acceleration of 0.910 seconds, at which point it reaches its top speed. If the disk travels 7.19 kilometers in that time, what is its final speed? So again, I'll repeat myself. I highly suggest that you make a bank of values that you know over on the side. So here I know a delta t, I know a delta x, and I know an initial velocity because my initial velocity is 0. All right, initially starts at rest. So we're going to use a version of one of the kinematics that you've worked with already in the past. And again, it's not a mystery, right? These things are going to be in your textbook, which again is in Google Classroom. If you didn't get them down in your notes, also you can simply Google the 4 big kinematics, and they're the same 4. There's not a lot of confusion there in terms of just searching for it. So if you have not memorized them yet, which you probably haven't, look them up, right? Look them up. You'll get enough repetitions with them such that you will memorize them, trust me. But right now, since you probably haven't, go ahead and look them up so you have the equations at hand. That's why in that worksheet we worked on yesterday, I had those 4 kinematics printed for you at the top, okay? If you can have them printed for you at the top, of anything you do, it's going to be a lot easier for you to carry out that function, to the extent that I suggest that when it's time for you guys to take your quiz or your test is actually more important, that right when you get your test, you write down all 4 kinematics on your test, right? I'm not going to give the equations to you. I'm not going to let you look at your notebook while you have your test. No. But if you can just keep them in your brain for the, 10 seconds it takes for me to pass out tests? And then once you have your test, you get to do what you want with it. So for me, I would just write down the things that I know. So later, you don't have to spend a bunch of mental energy on remembering what they are. You just look at them, right? And I think that's the smart way to go. So we're going to rearrange our equation that has final velocity. It also has, a delta x, and it also has a delta t. Again, there's only one of the 4 kinematics that you can rearrange this way. It's not like this is the equation you have to memorize. No. This is the equation, and I've rearranged it to solve for final speed. Once I have that set up, I can plug and chug. All right, a couple things here. I noticed that in my problem, this value here, the time, has 3 sig figs. My delta x also has 3 sig figs. My initial velocity, where is it? Oh, initially at rest, does not have significant figures at all. That's what we call an exact value. If you guys remember your rules, exact values do not limit the number of sig figs that you use. So both of the values that I've been given by the problem have 3 sig figs. So I want to make sure that my answer has 3 sig figs. A couple of other things. Grading some of your previous homeworks. I've noticed that some of y'all have left off units. Okay? That makes your answer wrong. Okay? Take my word for it. Don't argue with me. But Johnson, you know what I mean? No. You don't know what you mean because you didn't write it. You have to communicate the correct information, which includes units. Also, please begin a habit of boxing out your answer. Right? Please start that habit. You'll notice whenever I do one of these calculations, I box out my answer at the end. That is for you to copy, right? You're supposed to model. I'm modeling that so that you do it. Why? Because in a couple of chapters, you guys are going to be doing problems that take up so much room on the page when you're actually doing the work that I won't be able to sift through everything that you do very easily. I'm going to need you to box out the answer to show me where it is. Right? You're going to be doing lots of work on there.